Okay, all right. So, what we're going to do today in day two of this topic is we're going to look at very simply how to graph a function, linear function from a line without actually having to use a table of values or the calculator. Okay, and after that, we'll do some practice. Okay, all right, let's go. Okay, all right. So today we're gonna pick up right where we left off yesterday. Now let's see. Okay, all right. So let's do this. So y equals x plus 5. Now, here's how you can do it. Okay, so here's how far we've come so far. So right off, right? So yesterday we talked about the slope-intercept form. Okay, I started with a very basic y equals mx, right? We noticed that the graph moves up, right, or down. Actually, no. How slanted the line is depends on, right? Depends on how large or small the slope is, right? So a larger slope, the more steep the line is. And then we saw that if we change the y-intercept, it shifts the lines either up or down accordingly, right? So if it's a positive number, it shifts up. If it's a negative number, the shift is downward. Now, here today we're going to talk about how to construct graphs without a table of values. So right off, we have to set up a xy axis, so set up a coordinate. So here's our coordinate, all right? And we have all the accoutrement, right? The xy axis labeled with the arrows. Now, here's what you can do, okay? So to do that, first step, you have to look at the y-intercept, all right? Because what it does, it tells you, hey, look, at what point does this line cuts across the y-axis? Now, meaning this, what it really means is, if x were to be 0, what would y be? That's really, because think about it, right? All these points are on this line, which means at any given time, any given point in time, x is always 0. X is 0 right here, right? Going upwards or downwards, right? It only cuts across the y-axis. So x has to be perpetually in the 0 position, so to speak. So now, in this particular case, let's substitute, right? Why not? If x were to be 0, right, plus 5, what would y be? Yeah, 5. So where's x? Where's the y-axis? 0, comma 5, right? X, comma y. 0, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Now, you don't have to get this elaborate, by the way. There's no need to. Just think, if x is 0, where's y? It's at 5, right? Or just looking at this, the y is always at 5. You can just put it that way, positive 5, right? Now, here's the slightly trickier part, all right? And you have to really listen and watch very closely. So here's the slope, right? What's the slope here? Yeah, it's just x, right? So it's 1, right? It's that invisible 1 here. So the slope is 1, meaning rise, we go up 1. And the run is we go to the right 1 time, right? So watch this. Should I use a dotted line? No, just watch, right? 1 up, 1 over, 1 up, 1 over, 1 up, 1 over to the right, 1 up, 1 right, so on and so forth. And then we connect the points with a ruler. Like so. Okay, and there we have it. There's our equation. I label it y equals x plus 5. Full credit from Oman Ing. Okay, 3 out of 3. Okay, all right. Maybe I didn't talk to you about the grading procedures yet. Now, similarly, with the next one, all right, let me show you one more, and then I'll let you try one on your own. Okay, actually, yeah, let's do one more together. So similarly, we have xy axis. All right, let's see now. Actually, oh, you should have tried. You know what? Not too late. Try this one on your own. This one's not hard. Okay. So think about what I said. Press pause right now, and when you're done, all right, do it on graph paper, please. Don't just like freehand draw the grid. Okay. It's not a good look. All right. So yeah. So set up everything. All right. Do the same graph on the graph paper like I show you, and then press pause right now. Okay, all right, and there's the graph, okay? So again, I made the similar notations, right? Slope is 1, rise goes up 1, run go to the right 1, and then I just started here, and then I just went 1 up, 1 to the right, 1 up, 1 to the right, so on and so forth. Okay, and I would give myself a 3 out of 3, full credit for that one. Okay, now try this next one on your own. Okay, what about this? How would you do this? Okay, so press pause right now. Okay, all right, so here's what I got. I hope I didn't forget anything. All right, so right off the bat, I started off with a y-intercept of 0, 1, right? And then I just went 2 up, 1 over, 2 up, 1 over, 2 up, 1 over. And you can see, right, between this and the other two lines is slightly more steep, okay? Slightly more slanted. Now, this one right here, all right, I also want you to try on your own. Now, be careful here, because I did this on purpose. I left this as a negative. So, and then here we got the y-intercept. Okay, so think about how you would graph that, okay, and then try it, okay? All right, so give that a try right now. Okay, all right, and we're back, and here's our example. Okay, so what I did was this. I again made a note that the y-intercept's at 0, 3, and then afterwards, now this is tricky slightly, that is negative 2x. So in other words, this is really negative 2 over 1, right? So this is rise is negative 2, run is 1. So rise is negative 2, which means you actually go down 2, right? Down 2, 1 to the right. So watch this. Down 2, 1 to the right, down 2, 1 to the right, down 2, 1 to the right, down 2, 1 to the right. Now, some of you might say, yeah, but Mr. Ring, right? I mean, this is also true, right? Because this can also mean 2 over negative 1, right? That means you go up 2 to the left, which doesn't change anything. Watch, I'll use a different color, right? Watch this. If I start here, where do I start? At 3. I go 2 up, 1 to the left, 2 up, 1 to the left, 2 up, 1 to the left. Oh, same, watch, same line. See that? Right? It's the same line, so everything is okay here. Okay, so yeah, so that's up to you. Okay, all right, now let's do some practice. Okay, so yeah, this is good. So let's stop. So I have 10 questions for you. After that, tomorrow I'm going to talk to you about how to find an equation from a table, okay, using the slope-intercept form. Okay, so all right, okay, so actually I think you guys can try these all on your own, because I think I've shown you everything you need to know to solve these questions. Okay, so press pause right now. Okay, that was pretty fast for me. Now, let's see, where do I start first? Okay, so in order to get the equation for this, I need to look for the y-intercept first, which I found right here. Okay, so that was 3. So I knew that my answer has to have a plus 3 at the end. Okay, so that leaves me with C or D. And then now I gotta calculate the slope. Now, there are 2 ways to do the slope. You see how they pick these points for you? So I just use these 2 points, right? That's 3, 9, negative 2, negative 1, right? And then you find the slope, and that will be 2. So the slope is 2. So y equals mx plus b. Y equals the slope times x plus the y-intercept. Okay? Now, the other way you could do is you could just count. Look. Let me use a different color, right? Just look. Start here. 1, 2, 2 up, 1 to the right. 2 up, 1 to the right, 2 up, 1 to the right. So, of course, the slope is 2, right? Now, on this one, same thing, okay? That's all I gotta say. All right, moving on. All right, try these two right now. All right, so let's see, how can I explain this one? Okay, so first, same thing, I found the slope, right? And then second is I found the y. No, actually, first I found the y-intercept, and then I found the slope, and then I put these together. Now, in a way, you can check your answers, right? Because looking at this graph, you know that the slope is negative, first of all. And the second thing is you know that the y-intercept is 3. So you need something with a negative slope with a y-intercept of positive 3. Okay, now this second one, I did this on purpose. I left it unfinished on purpose because I want to go over this with you. So let's see. Now, here, look, they don't even give you numbers, right? So some of you might think, uh-oh, like, how am I supposed to tell, right? Now, look carefully. Choice A has a positive slope, positive y-intercept. Choice B is positive slope, negative y-intercept. C, D, so on and so forth, right? So I need to find a choice that is positive, that is negative on the slope, and positive on the y-intercept. So if I even just so much as write it like this, right? Negative slope, positive y-intercept, then I could just start eliminating. So A is no good because this is not negative. B is no good because this is not negative. C looks like a winner, right? Negative slope, positive y-intercept. And lastly, this is, again, positive. No good. These are no good because this is the only one with a negative slope. See that? So it's not so bad, right? Okay, now try these 5 on your own, and then hold on, let me just double check these questions. Yeah, you guys are good here. Okay, maybe I should go over one of these. You know what? Let me go over this one. So let's see. I'm gonna go over this one. Okay. So what's the slope of the line? Now look at this. Some of you might say, "Uh-oh, I've never seen this." Yes, you have. This is 2y, right? Remember in the slope-intercept form? I don't want 2y. I want 1y. So what do? Yeah, divide both sides by 2. Right? So this is x over 2 minus 4 over 2. That is 2. Right? And then you figure out what the slope is, which is 1/2. That's how you do it. Okay? Nothing crazy. Okay? All right. So looks like we're going to have an early day today. So good. So 5 questions. Press pause right now. Okay, all right, couple of things I need to point out here. One, these two on top is super duper easy because all you have to do is substitute, right? So that's x and that's y, right? So the lights just went off. So all you have to do is substitute. So whatever one comes out right, that's correct. And not only that, the best part is even if you're looking at this one, look, I mean, I just did all these in my head, right? Because negative x, right? So negative of negative 5, that's 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. So right off the bat, if it's not 9, then it's not, this is not the choice. Like, I'm not even going to bother looking anymore. Same thing here, right? 3 times, look, I didn't even use the more difficult numbers. I just did 3 times 0, 0. That's not it. No, that's not the answer either. Okay? So that way it's just nice and easy. This one I showed you already, so that makes this one the choice. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything I need to tell you about that question. Probably not. Okay. Oh, careful. If they're asking for slope, give them the slope. If they're asking for the y-intercept, give them the y-intercept. Okay, so you gotta just read the question carefully. Okay, this one I really like. So the independent variable goes up, dependent variable goes down, right? So x goes up, y goes down. So watch this. Now, x doesn't really go up on a graph, right? Because it goes to the right when it increases. So look, goes to the right, goes down, go to the right, right? X gets bigger, y smaller, x bigger, y smaller. What does that mean? And I drew a red line through this. Yeah, it's oh, I didn't even answer the question. The slope is negative. Okay? Now, on the other hand, right? If x goes down, then y goes up. Look. X goes to the left, y goes up, x goes to the left, y goes up. Look at this line here. Still negative. Now, that begs the question, right? Because it looks like if x is and y are different directions, the slope goes down, right? So let's experiment with this. What if the x goes up and y goes up, right? Watch this. X to the right, y up, x to the right, y up, positive slope, right? Now, what about down? X goes to the left, y goes down, x goes to the left, y goes down, positive slope, okay? So you see what I'm trying to say, right? Okay, all right, let's stop here, okay? 15 minutes, not bad, all right? Okay, so thanks for watching. Tomorrow, we are going to look at how to find an equation from a table instead of a graph, okay? All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
OMG, that was so good.